Chuck, if you can. Awesome, thank you. So once again, welcome everyone. I'm so happy that everyone has decided to join us today. And we're so excited to welcome you to the second regional summit for the Midwest region. This summit is hosted by Campus Vote Project and co-hosted by All in Campus Democracy Challenge and the Students Learn, Students Vote Coalition. The goal of our summit today is to network, hear from inspiring speakers, strategize, and be even more prepared for the 2023 elections and beyond. I want to take a moment to introduce the Campus Vote Project Midwest team. We'd like to thank Kristen, Landon, Alexis, Chuck, Joseph, and Noah for all the work they do. And if you require transcription, live captioning is available. There's a button at the bottom of your screen to turn it on. To begin today, we will be having our first ever Midwest roll call. And I'm pleased to introduce Lane from Wisconsin to lead us in this call.
All right. Hi, everybody. So a new feature of the Midwest Summit is a roll call of all the states that are participating. We've talked to representatives from each state, asked them to introduce themselves, their state, and give us a fun fact about their state. So this year, we are pleased to welcome over 70 campuses and participants from across more than 20 states. So up first, we have Avery from the University of Illinois. Take it away, Avery.
Hi, everybody. My name is Avery. I'm a graduate student at the Center for Civic Engagement at Illinois State University. We have 7 campuses here from Illinois today. And a fun fact for us is that popcorn is our state snack. So next time you're in Illinois, try it Chicago style with the mix of cheese and caramel.
All right. And up next, we have Mark Fraley from Indiana University, Bloomington.
Hey, I'm Mark Fraley with the Indiana University in Bloomington with the Political and Civic Engagement Program, and we're really happy to be here. And a fun fact about Indiana, something that I just learned, is that it is technically illegal to wear a mustache if that mustache wearer is a habitual kisser of others.
I feel like that's a pretty good law. At least it makes sense to me. All right, up next, let's welcome Kate Kemper from the University of Kansas.
Hi, all. Kate Kemper, she, her pronouns. I'm an associate director in the Center for Service Learning at the University of Kansas. Along the bottom of my slide, I have all of the campuses that are a part of the All In Challenge. There are 3 of us here today, 3 campuses represented today. A fun fact, more specific to Lawrence, but Kansas as a whole, is that an apartment building in Lawrence was originally programmed as the automatic center of Google Earth because one of the co-inventors actually grew up here in Lawrence.
All right, and then can we welcome Jeremy Johnson from Oakland University?
Hi, everybody. My name is Jeremy. I'm a student at Oakland University, as well as the student advisory board member representing the state of Michigan. We have 10 campuses participating in this call today, so welcome to you all. Of course, Michigan is known as the Great Lakes State, and a fun fact for us is that Michigan is home to the Guinness Book of World Records oldest chicken, whose name is Peanut, about 20 years old, I think.
All right, and then let's welcome Manuela from the University of St. Thomas.
Good morning, everybody. Manuela Gil-Niños here from the University of St. Thomas in the state of Minnesota. The state of Minnesota is known as the state of 10,000 lakes, or the land of 10,000 lakes. And so we're excited to share those with all of our visitors. We work really hard with several different universities, and there's about 4 represented in this summit today.
And let's welcome Hannah from Washington University.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah. I use she, her pronouns, and I am an undergraduate student at WashU, or Washington University in St. Louis, and I'm on the executive board of WashU Votes. We have 5 campuses joining us today from Missouri, and my Missouri fun fact is that the first waffle cone was made and distributed at the 1904 World's Fair, which was held on WashU's campus.
All right, and let's welcome Andrew Brown from the University of Nebraska at Lincoln.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh. You're a little quiet, but I can hear you.
Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I'll go a little bit closer. Yeah, hi, I'm Andrew Brown from the University of Nebraska. With my job, I'm the Assistant Director of Community Engagement and advisor Husker Vote Coalition. some of the unique facts that we posted up there about Nebraska. One, we're the only unicameral legislature in the nation. Kool-Aid was invented in Nebraska.
Yeah, I know.
There's also 39 vintage cars that are stacked to replicate Stonehenge located in Nebraska. I think today we have 2 campuses joining us within the this conference. But yeah, happy to be here.
All right, let's welcome Alexis Crosby from Ohio.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alexis Crosby, and I am the Ohio State Coordinator for Campus Vote Project. I, as you can imagine, love Ohio, and we are known as the aviation state because the birthplace of aviation, because the Wright brothers of Dayton, Ohio, built the first airplane here, which is pretty cool. Another fun fact is that Columbus, our state capital, is located within 500 miles of 48% of the US population, which is one of the reasons why we're often called the Heartland, because, you know, we're kind of central to a lot of places. We are represented by 13 campuses at this summit this Friday. So super excited to get together and learn.
All right, let's welcome Joseph Ola from Pennsylvania.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Ola, the state coordinator for CVP here in Pennsylvania. We are proud to have 12 campuses represented here from PA. And a fun fact about Pennsylvania is that the State College Area High School was actually the first high school, or the first school in the nation in general, to teach driver's education in 1958. And that's why Pennsylvanians are such great drivers. I have no data to back that up, but I'll just say that.
All right, so I'm actually next. I'm representing the state of Wisconsin. Hi, guys. My name is Lane Bodemiller. Oh, wait, did I skip one? No. Okay, there's Wisconsin. I go to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm a lead intern for Badgers Vote, which is our voting coalition here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I use pronouns she, her, hers. We have quite a few campuses all throughout Wisconsin that work with CVP, which I'm happy to represent. And my fun fact for you guys is that Wisconsin, we love our cheese, obviously. We're the only state with master cheesemakers. We're actually home to 1,200 master cheesemakers. And if you're wondering what that is, it's like a 3-year PhD program in cheese. And yes, you have a specialty cheese that you like emphasize in. It's awesome, only in Wisconsin. Okay, and then I'm going to pass this off to welcome Wendy Galvin from California to represent additional states.
Everybody, my name is Wendy Galvan, and I am the California Secretary of State Students Vote Project Coordinator. So a fun fact about California is that we require community colleges and certain California state universities to institutionalize civic engagement on their campuses. So it's actually a part of my job to ensure that campuses are increasing student voter registration numbers, creating and submitting their campus action plans to us, and also having a person on their campus to actually work on civic engagement material. That you all are pushing for more student voting rights. So I definitely encourage you all to reach out just in case you have any questions. And now I am excited to introduce the other states that are also present. So you can view some of their fun facts on the top corner of the slide, I believe. So let's welcome Washington, D.C. We also have Florida, Georgia, Massachusetts, so some of the East Coast, Maryland, New York, Texas, and Virginia. So I hope you'll have a great time.
All right, and I'm going to go, we are excited to welcome all these different campuses from all across the Midwest, and I can't wait to meet all of you throughout the day. I'm now going to pass the virtual podium to Brooklyn from Pennsylvania to introduce our keynote speaker. Thanks, you guys.
While we wait for that, we're just going to briefly review the agenda, and we're so excited to have so many states present. So in a few moments, we will hear from our keynote speaker, and we're super excited to have him as a Pennsylvania Ian. I'm very extra excited to welcome him. Then we will move into 3 different breakouts. Then we're going to take a 30-minute lunch break. Then we'll have another great speaker from Michigan. Then we're going to have a panel of elected officials. We have a wonderful council person from North Dakota. We have a councilwoman from Oklahoma, and we have a state rep from Wisconsin. So 3 people who represent just very different parts of the country, and we're so excited to welcome all of them, and it'll be an opportunity to talk to them and get to know what it is like to be an elected official. Following that, we'll take another 5-minute break. And then we'll move into state breakouts. And this is really an opportunity for all of us to get to know the people in our part of the country, hear from speakers, and just get to network. And if your state does not have a specific breakout, we still are excited and want people to attend what state they would like to. And then we will end with closing remarks. So as we go through this, if people have any questions, just please put it in the chat. Is Brooklyn here? Brooklyn Jones. I'm pleased to call back up Sebastian, who's going to introduce Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Although I'm not a resident in this great state of Pennsylvania, we are neighbors and I frequent the state quite often. So it's an honor to introduce the 35th Lieutenant Governor of Pennsylvania, Austin Davis. He is the youngest person in the country to currently serve in this position and was sworn in just a few months ago in January of 2023. Lieutenant Governor Davis is also the first African-American lieutenant governor in the state of Pennsylvania. And prior to serving as lieutenant governor, he served in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives from 2018 up until 2022, representing parts of Allegheny County. Please welcome Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis.
Well, thank you so much, Sebastian, for that warm introduction. And it is great to be with the Midwest Campus Vote project team, including Chuck and Joey, who's the Pennsylvania coordinator. It's so great to be here with all of you and so many young people who are called to public service. Similar to me, you know, I got my journey in public service when I was 16 years old and someone got shot on the block that I lived in. That was a pretty jarring moment for me and led me to go to a McKeesport City Council meeting, the small community that I still live in southwestern Pennsylvania when I was 16. And there were 2 things that I noticed when I went to that council meeting. One, there was nobody talking about the issue of gun violence. And 2, there was nobody who looked like me serving in city government. I decided at 16 to start the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council because I wanted to take on gun violence in my community and make a difference. I ultimately worked in local government for a little while and then ran for the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, becoming the first Black state representative from Western Pennsylvania elected outside of the city of Pittsburgh, because I believe that representation matters. And I believe that the people closest to the pain should be closest to the power. And what I mean by that is that every day, the decisions that we make in government disproportionately affect Black and brown folks, working class folks, marginalized communities. And those ought to be the people who are sitting in the seats of power making decisions for when government resources most affect them. I'm proud that this past year I was elected as Pennsylvania's first Black lieutenant governor, thanks to the support of millions of Pennsylvania voters. Many of you may not recognize, but in Pennsylvania, the lieutenant governor is nominated separately in the primary. And so I won a 3-way primary, won all 67 counties in Pennsylvania and got more votes than any Democrat running in a contested statewide election that year. And that was in large part to Pennsylvania voters, but to young people. Young Pennsylvanians made a big impact in 2022. The youth turnout in last year's election in Pennsylvania was the second highest it's been for any midterm election in nearly 3 decades. So no matter who you voted for, the fact that so many young Pennsylvanians took the time to get registered and to cast their ballot is incredibly important and meaningful. But voting shouldn't be the end of your involvement in our political process and our system. It should just be the beginning. Because after you cast your vote, now you have to hold people like me who are in these elected positions accountable to do the things that we pledged we were going to do when we ran. The essential work of organizing and building power doesn't stop on election day. It starts there. And young voters have power if they choose to seize it and use it. In addition to being the Commonwealth's first Black lieutenant governor, I also have the privilege of being the youngest lieutenant governor in America. Just this week, I was in Washington, D.C. for the National Lieutenant Governors Association, meeting with lieutenant governors from across the country, a very diverse group of people. And at 33, I was the youngest member of that organization. I hope my service and my story inspires you to imagine yourselves as serving as council members or legislators or governors someday. And that day could be closer than you think. When I got elected to the State House of Representatives, I was 28 years old and the youngest member of that body at the time. We need young people not just to vote every 2 years or 4 years. We need you to vote in every election, and we need you to run for office. There are local elections on the ballot in 2023, and those elected officials will make decisions about the taxes you pay, the roads you drive on, the schools that your younger siblings attend, and one day if you decide to have a family that your children will attend. There's so much work to do, but I'm always mindful that I stand on the shoulders of giants. No matter what level of government we're talking about, local, state, or federal, public service is a noble pursuit. And ultimately, we all stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. I stand on the shoulders of people like Kaylee Roy Irvis, who was the first African-American speaker of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives or any House of Representatives in the country since Reconstruction. Leaders like Robert Nix, who was the first African-American Chief Justice of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. And in 2023, we are still breaking barriers, not just here in Pennsylvania, but across the country. We have a new Pennsylvania House Speaker in Joanna McClinton, who's the first woman and the first Black woman to lead the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. For the first time in 2022, Pennsylvania also sent its first Black woman to Congress with the election of my former colleague in the State House, Summer Lee, who I'm proud to represent me as my member of Congress. We have new leaders in communities across the Commonwealth, new mayors that are making history, like Ed Gainey, the first Black mayor in the city of Pittsburgh. In a few months, we'll again have a new mayor in Philadelphia. And we're witnessing a changing of the guard, the passing of the torch from one generation to the next. And that is all happening because of the power of the youth vote and the power of young people in our politics. And so I want to thank you all and congratulate you on your organizing efforts in 2022. And now let's look ahead to 2023, 2024, and beyond to have the impact in our country and our communities that we all want to see. And so it's great to be with you. Let's get to work. Let's build a Pennsylvania and a country that truly lifts everyone up and is representative of our diversity.
Thank you so much. And Brooke
Yes.
will give some brief comments.
Yes, thank you, Lieutenant Governor Davis, for your inspiring remarks. We look forward to continuing to work with you in our efforts to strengthen democracy. At this time, we will move to our first round of breakouts for 40 minutes. Room 1 will be the Ask Every Student framework featuring Sitara Manan from the Students Learn, Students Vote Coalition. Room 2 will be the All-In Action Planning Workshop with Ryan Drysdale from All-In Campus Democracy Challenge. And room 3 will be Civic Engagement for those who cannot vote. All sessions will be recorded and made available after the summit. At the bottom of your screen, you select which session you would like to attend, and we'll see you in the breakouts.
If you're having trouble selecting a breakout room at the bottom as well, feel free to put in chat what breakout room you'd like to go to, and we can put you in the correct breakout room.
I don't see the options at the bottom. Where they at? Oh no, I'm sorry. Could you guys put me in 3, please?
Absolutely.
Or no, not 3. I'm sorry. Number 2. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Yep, no problem.
And just 1 second for those that have asked to be moved.